What's up everyone? So today I'm going to do a tutorial on the one-hand Mace 300, also known as a 10-2. Now, as I explained in my video of the two-hand Mace 300, a 10-2 technically is 240 degrees. Okay, so you move in a shorter arc. A 300, you move in 300 degrees out of the 360 circle, right? So that's what I'm actually going to be doing, but some people call it a 10-2 anyway. That being said, let's look at the technique. So let's do it, and then let's talk about the components. So I can do it going up on my toes a little bit like that. I don't know if you can see my feet from there, right? Or I can just stay steady, but you definitely want some rotation in the torso and a little bit in the hips there. Okay, so when we're doing this, we're going to grab, so with the top hand, okay, we're going to be a little bit above the pommel, all right, and we're going to dive over pretty much the same angle we would if we were doing a Mace 360 with one hand, okay. But what we're going to do is as we rotate the torso, as we're coming around, so swinging behind the back, the pendulum behind the back, as we rotate a little bit the torso, we're pulling down. So this actually really, I notice it, I use it a lot for triceps development. So I do it with every triceps workout. I'll do like 200 rep set of these 10-2, one arm, because you're pulling down with that triceps. And you're coming down, it looks like you're pulling to the opposite hip, but remember something, if we're rotating our torso, look, I'm in the center, okay? So it looks like it's going to the opposite hip. You only have so much radial deviation. So you're going to have to work with your body's mechanics, right? Because most people don't have much radial deviation. So you can only flare it backwards so much in that radial deviated position. Okay. So that being said, as I come around, it looks like I'm bringing it to my hip. So if you look at the camera here, it looks like, wow, it's right at his hip, right? However, I rotate, oh, I'm in the center, okay? So technically we're bringing it down to the center and diving over again. So let's look at it. Thinking about some of those components, okay? So we dive over, we pull. I rotate a little bit, right? I grab. I'm trying to slow it down for you guys. And then I grab, okay? Now we don't stop in those positions. I mentioned that with the two-hand, 10-2, two-hand Mace 360, 300. We don't stop. You don't stop there. That is a ton of torque on your wrist, pulling it into forced radial deviation. You don't want to do that, okay? If you want to do it, you can, but you shouldn't do that if you want good biomechanics and you don't want to hurt your wrist, okay? So again, we're keeping the same position. So when I dive over my hand, you see I've got that room right there to grab. I have that room to grab, and then I dive over and I rotate and I grab. And so we keep some nice smooth movement. Move back a little bit, try not to hit anything. So you can see if I go up on my toes, I can do this. Okay. Now I'm not doing a calf raise. I'm just leaning a little bit and it pulls my body up onto my toes. All right, and this is the technique. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Stay strong. I'll see you next time.